in your last week's episode where you and Frank were talking, and I knew like the answer.
Yeah.
So like the last Emma Watson film, I was like, well, she was in Little Women. And then y'all like Googled it or whatever, and you're like, yeah, she was in Little Women. It was a great movie. And I was like, yeah, I got it.
All right.
Made me feel kind of good.
Links up.
Oh, links up. Links up. Songs for cell phones. Live. The boys are back in town. Good audio. Crispy. Love that.
Super crispy.
Copy link. Go to the Twitter. Links up. Oh, links up. Oh. Oh, I'm on the wrong Twitter. That would probably. Oh. The boys are back in town. Tweet that. Yeah. Dang. Dude, Dane is the tweetingest guy.
Dane does stay on Twitter.
He does not play games. I'm gonna message him the link. Awesome. Accept that other invite. I know Jarrett. All right, turn the audio down. All right, I think we're Gucci. You posted on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, let me share that. Why? Oh, I hate this. Which account? I did the same thing I did last time. All right. There we go. Share. We are live. Yeah, what's my little hands raised emoji? There it is. But if it doesn't have emojis, like, what are you really doing with your life, you know?
That's true. Emojis are the future. The future is now.
Especially if you're a pregnant man. We will not go there.
Yeah. No comment. You doing the intro?
Yeah, man. I'm back.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Nice. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Silence Your Cell Phones. My name's Kevin. I will be co-hosting with my partner in crime and also in life, Jarrett Hubbard. What's up?
You wish you were my life partner. What's up, Kevin? Welcome back.
Yeah. Woo. Back.
Quick shout out to the young Frank for holding it down while you were adventuring all throughout Nash Vegas last week.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Frank. And I was actually going to, so that was the first thing I was going to say, so I'm glad you said it. Frank Perucci, you're a legend. I appreciate it. I listened to the podcast. I loved it. A lot of good stuff in there. A lot of nerd stuff, which was a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
You know, I got a lot of nerd love out of that episode, so that was good.
I learned a bunch about Frank I didn't know.
Yeah, Frank liking scary movies, that was, for me, that was the thing that I did not expect.
Yeah, his go-to genre being horror, I would have not pegged it.
Yeah, absolutely not. Did he have a Bionicle background?
He did have a Bionicle background.
Yeah, I knew it. Typical Frank.
Yes, but that's the Frank we love.
It is. That's our hero, the champion of our story, the legend himself, Frank Perucci.
He is actually the hero of our story. But anyway, Kevin.
Sir, yes.
What'd you get into watching last week on your?
I actually, obviously I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I got to watch a lot.
Yep.
So, the Rising of the Shield Hero, the new season came out. We were really excited about that. I do this thing where I forget, like, the stuff that's not really that important.
Yeah.
My brain's like a filing cabinet, and I just like file the things I think are important and
Sure.
kick out the thing. So going into season 2, I'm like, oh, I love that show. What's it about and who's in it?
So nothing was important from season 1.
Well, yeah, it's been so long. Like, when did
Yeah.
season 1 come out of that show? Because it's been a couple years.
It's probably like a year and a half or 2 years.
Yeah. So I rewatched the entire first season, which is like 26 episodes.
Yeah.
But it was a great watch. I do love the show. I remember now. So I watched all of that. The first 3 or 4 episodes of season 2, whichever is current.
Yes.
I watched the last 2 episodes of Moon Knight.
Okay.
Phenomenal show, by the way.
So did you watch this week's episode 4?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So we can discuss that too.
Yep.
I did get to watch the second Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
And then I watched Sonic the Hedgehog to get ready for the second one.
Yep.
And then in theaters, I went and did a double feature before I left for Nashville. The Lost City and Ambulance, we saw together that same day. So
yes.
Pretty steady. A lot of watching going on for me. What about you? What'd you get into this last week?
I didn't get a ton of movies. I had a card tournament last Saturday.
How did you do, by the way? I know the answer, but I want everybody else to know the anser.
I got 5th, so I did pretty well.
Yeah, you did. Stud.
But it took about 11 hours. So that was basically my I woke up, logged in for round 1, and was there from like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And then you did so well.
Yeah, I got to play again on Sunday.
You got to play again on Sunday. Twice, 2 rounds on Sunday. So Jarrett Hubbard, our boy, came in 5th place in our nerd card game tournament thing out of like 300 people or whatever it was. So it was kind of huge. Also, shouts out to Andrew, who also topped and was the number 1 undefeated.
Undefeated through Swiss with a character that no one was even on
the only character. His character in the tournament, right? If I understand.
No, there was 2 other people that were playing it.
They just weren't as good.
Yeah, not nearly as good.
Yeah. So big shouts out to our card guys in Birmingham showing out. So we are real nerds, and we do that.
So I didn't get to see Secrets of Dumbledore. I'll probably try to catch up on that Monday and like a matinee.
Sure.
Honest to God, it's a movie I'm not excited about. So like when there's movies I want to see, I'm way more motivated to get out. Like last week, and I'll talk about them a little more because we didn't talk about it on Frank's episode, but I saw Ambulance, Sonic 2, and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
All in the same weekend. All were great. I watched the Moon Knight. I watched the newest episode. I watched the most recent episode of Shield Hero before the podcast.
Nice.
I watched Molly's Game on Netflix.
Yeah, you told me about that. You said it was worth the watch.
Jessica Chastain, Michael Cera, Idris Elba. Great movie. Enjoyed it a lot, about poker.
Low key, that's a fire cast.
Yeah, it really is. Like they just kind of keep popping up, and you're like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy. Kevin Costner was her dad.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
So loaded cast. Andrew, Jason, and I started watching this really trashy show called The Ultimatum.
You do like your trashy TV?
Yeah, but it started as like a meme.
Yeah,
and then like it was just so bad that we had to keep watching it.
Did the challenge start out as a meme too, or was that something you were genuinely wanting to watch?
I like the challenge, like genuinely.
Well, now I'm saying when you started watching it, was it like
no? Like I had watched the challenge like in high school.
Okay,
and like I like the competition side of it. Now it's gotten a little more. So like early challenge, super trashy. Not so much gamemanship. Newer challenge, more gamesmanship, and you start like knowing the characters
Right.
or the athletes a little better.
Because they get asked to come back, right?
Yeah,
They
like
do.
you see people do like 17 seasons
Yeah.
and stuff. So like you get more invested with people you know. So the challenge I actually like this just started off as like a meme watch. And it's so like the whole premise of the show is a couple, like one of them wants to get married, the other one's not ready. So
They swap partners.
yeah, so they all
I
go
saw
to this
the
show
thing,
and
yeah.
then like they all date around. And then it's just like these girls talking about like how good these other girls' boyfriends are at kissing and stuff. And it's just like so cringy.
Yeah.
But it's it's perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, good Lord. That is a mess, man.
Yeah, it is. But that was pretty fun. It was a good wind down because we started watching it this weekend. So it was like a good wind down from like not having to think very hard. You could just kind of post up.
There you go.
Yeah. But I think that's all I watched.
Okay. Well, that aside, it sounded like you got some solid watching in.
Yeah, not as many movies, a little more TV this week.
That's cool.
But
sometimes it's necessary, man. You know, you need a more relaxing, chill, vibey weekend.
Yeah, it's just hard to like commit to a 2 to 2.5 hour project every night.
Yeah.
Like I can bounce around shows or YouTube videos and stuff, but like watching 2.5 hours of the same story can just be more exhausting than it sounds. I know that sounds.
No, man, I totally get it. And right now for me, like I'm in the heart of disc golf season. So I'm playing 3 league nights a week and a tournament on the weekends, you know, and you combine that with like different church things I have going on. Like it's a lot.
What's up, Logan?
What's going on, Logan? So but yeah, man, it's just like I'm trying to fit as much as I can into the small windows that I have. So that I have something to talk about when we have these episodes.
Yeah, it's just like finding time now. And I know we've talked about it before. Like it can be difficult sometimes because it's just like you do your disc golf leagues. I got locals on Wednesday. And it's like,
oh yeah. Local Wednesday, local Saturday.
Yeah, right? Sunday.
Or Sunday, yeah.
We're gonna try to start firing locals on Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's just like if you gotta jam them in where you can. Like Mondays are really just becoming like an all movie day for me.
Well, the cool thing is that your off day is on a Monday and not on a weekend when stuff is happening.
Right.
So like you don't have to worry about like, oh, there's a disc golf tournament on Monday or there's a card tournament on Monday because those things don't exist on Monday.
Right.
Right. So you get to like enjoy Monday. That's Jarrett's time. You do whatever you want to with it.
Oh, dude, I treat myself on Mondays. It's great. I go, I grab a lunch. I go see like an early showtime of a movie that most of the time I know like the group doesn't want to see. So I'll go see like an artisan film or some stuff like that, like a horror movie or just these like really indie films that I know. Like if you're out of town, Andrew, Jason, and all them really won't be keen to see it. So I just post up by myself. Usually the theater's empty because it's like 12:45 on a Monday.
Oh,
and it's blissful.
There is nothing bad. And there are a lot of things that I enjoy, and there's a lot of little things, right, that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
But a matinee where there's nobody else in the theater, it at that point, it almost doesn't matter what movie you're watching.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be Space Jam 2. It doesn't matter.
I don't know about that, but
well, maybe not that bad, but you get what I'm saying. Like it could be a really bad movie and it just doesn't matter because you got your bag of popcorn, your candy, and you're just it's vibes.
Well, it's like my big thing, you know, I turn my cell phone off for every movie. But like when I'm in a matinee by myself, I can leave it on and I can just like, oh, where have I seen that actor before? And I can look it up. I'm like, oh, he's from so I can like, I'm like making notes in my phone like as I'm watching this movie. So I have stuff to talk about and not forget it. And it's not because I know I'm not bothering anybody else in the theater.
Yeah, I wish I had taken notes. Like I wish I had taken notes on how I approached movie watching before we started doing this podcast.
Yep.
because it's so much different now going into a theater and what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for, from cinematography to animation to color scheme to acting, like soundtrack score, whatever. It's just there's so many things that go into watching a single movie in a theater now.
Yeah.
And it's completely changed the way I look at films.
Same.
Right. So, but it's great and it's
Right.
cool. It's just like what used to be for me more of a casual, thing, something that was more, what's the word, where it's like therapeutic.
Yeah.
Now it's become something where I'm like, I got to really pay attention here. I really got to zone in on this.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't matter the movie. It could be anything. And I've got to like dissect it. Like the 355, I could have went in there, turned my brain off, not thought twice about it after. And then I had to come back on the show and regurgitate just how bad that film was.
Well, I think the funny thing is like, I don't know if old Jarrett, I'm sure he still would have not liked the 355. But the thing is, like, when I'm intaking so many more movies, so like when a bad one is there, I feel like it's so much more noticeable to me now because like I just watched 5 movies last week that were all really good.
Yeah.
And now there's this. And it's just not.
Yeah. You just know.
And the train's off the tracks.
Yeah. So let's get to it. We got off on a little tangent there, but let's go ahead and get to the show. I want to do this thing where we start with what's happening now, right? There are a couple things we wanted to touch on to start off this week before we get into we're going to do some ambulance. I think you watched Sonic 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna go over some of those films. But let's talk about what's happening in cinema right now. And I think the biggest thing for me that is happening right now is the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
Yeah, the defamation lawsuits.
I mean, it is absolutely insane what's going on right now. Here's the thing. After watching, not Poseidon, Jason Momoa, Aquaman. Thank you, Lord have mercy, it's late. After watching Aquaman, I believe that Amber Heard is a truly talented actress. I think she's a good actress. She's very pretty. She's plenty of roles for an Amber Heard type in Hollywood in the future. Here's the thing. More than anything else, I would love to never see her in a film again.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's like we've known about this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why it had to. I mean, I know why it had to go to trial, but I don't understand why now all of Hollywood is like backing off Amber Heard. Like, we knew she cut off Johnny Depp's fingertips like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, she's been abusive, and it's just Johnny Depp was the one that took the brunt of all of it, and it doesn't make any sense.
Which is absolute garbage, in my opinion. And I hate it. Look, and here's the reality is the majority of domestic violence cases,
yes,
men against women.
Yes.
Okay. But I'm a firm believer in innocent until proven guilty. Well, from what I can tell and what I've seen and heard from the trials, there's a ton of recordings out there. It's cut and dry. I mean, regardless of how the case turns out, for defamation or whatever, the fact is that Amber Heard abused Johnny Depp. And
for a long time.
And whenever it got physical, from what I heard, he just leaves.
Yeah.
He just leaves. He's never reciprocated from what I gather.
Well, and the one time he reciprocated, it was makeup she put on.
Yeah.
Like her bruises and stuff. It
was crap.
Yeah.
Absolute crap. I got a recording of her sister fake hitting her or something.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing is nuts.
Yeah. She's off her rocker.
I feel so bad for Johnny Depp. I don't know how much money he's lost because he essentially was blackballed from Hollywood.
Yeah. I don't know how many, I would have to look up like how many roles he lost because of it. Cause I know for sure
The Harry Potter one,
Yeah,
right?
Harry Potter.
Guaranteed.
But I don't know like how many were in the works at the time that
There's
people backed
no
off
telling.
of them. So yeah, I don't know if there's any way we can get that information. Probably not. But yeah, I mean, he like you said, he was blacklisted from
Yeah.
Hollywood while she kept getting roles.
I am befuddled. And maybe this will be a wake up call for future cases where this is a thing. Because I do believe that, these should not be things where we rely on hearsay or tabloids, gossip magazines and whatnot. That's not something that you should read on a tabloid and go, oh, guilty, he did it.
Yeah, it's just, and I agree with you, but that's not how perception works. And that's unfortunate because, like, this isn't excusing Hollywood executives for blacklisting Johnny Depp, but like, you get reports that he might be physically abusive. It's just damage control.
Yeah.
At that point, right? Because the people that aren't doing the research are the ones that are going to say, oh, Warner Brothers supports domestic, especially during like the Me Too movement and everything that they've been pushing on. It's just not a good look. So I understand.
Oh, sorry. I saw the funniest thing today.
Yeah.
It was a picture of Amber Heard in the courtroom. And it was like the face you make when people find out that you actually took a dump on Johnny Depp's bed.
Yeah.
And it was hashtag me poo. And I thought it was the greatest thing that I'd ever seen on a tweet.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah. So fantastic stuff.
I think she's getting cut from Aquaman 2.
Good. We'll see you.
I don't know what DC's going to do.
I mean, they're losing everybody.
Well, I mean, Ezra Miller just got arrested again for second-degree assault in Hawaii. So they lost the Flash. They're losing.
Well, I think the first time it was like third degree, and he's trying to work his way up.
Yeah, he's gonna punch for the cycle.
Yeah, he's gonna work his way through the ranks on this one.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like a Xbox achievement he gets.
When you told me that, I was like, wait, he got arrested again? Like the same thing in Hawaii?
Well,
yeah, it happened in Hawaii. And
an article popped up on my Facebook, and I was like, oh, this is old. And then it was like 45 minutes ago, and I read it, and it was like, Ezra Miller has been arrested again. I'm like, dude.
He's about to hold this L. Like, this is a bad one.
Yeah, man. Like the first time wasn't even excusable. Like,
yikes.
This time it's just like you're just out. You just turned. They probably haven't even dry cleaned your orange suit yet.
He's got a PR guy who is just pissed right now.
Yeah.
So the first time his PR guy was like, "Hey Ezra, look, man, just lay low for a little bit. I'll take care of this. Put you in a good light. Just don't get into any more trouble." 3 weeks later, bam, caught another case.
Dude, I don't even think it was 3 weeks. It might have been a week and a half. Honest to God. And I bet his PR guy's some dude in New York who's getting calls at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm quitting. Yeah, good luck, bro.
Yeah, just like, dude, Ezra's got locked up again. Like, yeah, he's on his own.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's wild. Something else that I read today, which I found to be kind of wild. Netflix is actually putting commercials in their programs now.
Yeah, I saw they lost like $50 billion in stock.
Yeah, they're kind of tanking right now. I saw that they're supposed to lose like 2.4 million customers or something stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super surprised. It's like the whole issue is there's so many streaming services that it's almost as expensive as cable or satellite to have them all. So people are about to get very selective on what they have and don't have.
Well, Netflix has already hiked up their pricing this year, or was it the end of last year?
It's like $17 or $18 now.
I don't know. It used to be like $10,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, so we've almost seen like 100%.
Yeah. Insane, truly. But those are the times we live in, man.
Yeah.
If they, and here's the thing, like I would almost be like, that's all right. If they still had the sharing accounts for Netflix, but they stopped that. They shut that down last year.
Yeah.
So now you have to have your own account, and that's it.
Yeah. It's
just dumb.
It's a great thing. Not the best business move. I'll be interested to see if it sticks.
Yeah.
Or if it's like, let's take a step back. Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
I already get pissed when it like asks me if I want to continue watching a show after 3 episodes. Like, dude, just don't judge me, Netflix, and play the show.
I hate that.
Yeah. Are you still there? Like, yes, I'm a vegetable.
Yeah. I have zero social life. Please continue playing.
Yeah.
Thank you. So as far as I can tell, that's pretty much everything that's happening in Hollywood cinema, whatever you want to call it right now. As things progress, we'll make sure to give updates. I just want to show a little love for my boy Johnny Depp here, Captain Jack Sparrow.
The only other thing that I read today that I would deem newsworthy was Into the Spider-Verse got pushed back a year, and that makes me very angry.
Yeah, I'm a big sad boy now.
Yeah. June of 2023.
How many months is that pushed back? 7, 8?
8.
8 months. Dang. Yeah. I can't wait for that. The trailer looks so good.
I mean, I'm hoping that like in this 8 months, it shows that it's worth it. And not that they're just trying to push it back so they have a summer blockbuster next year.
Yeah.
But then they also announced May of 2024 is when we'll get part 2.
I've been in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Nice. Sick. If the soundtrack isn't as good on the second one as it was on the first one, then I'm out. That soundtrack was so good.
That's so hard to do. That's a lot of pressure. I don't even think Post Malone knew how big Sunflower was going to be.
Oh, yeah. It was massive. Yeah. Massive song. Wow. It took off, man. It was like the perfect combination of things. And that film was like the perfect animated film. That's what I think.
I concur.
Yeah. So let's talk about some movies that we saw.
Yeah.
Did you want to start? Do you want me to go? How do you want to do this?
I mean, we can talk about the movie we saw together and then
okay. Yeah.
Split up from there.
Yeah. So we watched Ambulance together.
We did.
And here's the thing about Ambulance. Didn't have high expectations going into the film.
Very true.
I thought it would be okay. I think our biggest concern was the same thing, Michael Bay. I think we liked the cast.
Yeah.
And we were worried about Michael Bay. And I think it was warranted. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think everything that we feared happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like Michael Bay is just like a 12-year-old child that has access to all the Hot Wheels.
Yeah. What was the thing that you were joking on about? Was it the drone thing?
The drone. Yeah. Michael Bay figured out you could put a camera on a drone, and holy shit.
Yeah.
It was like,
how many times did we get a drone shot in that film?
A billion, doing barrel rolls, flying under cars. I'm like,
yeah. Dude. And it's not like it's, a NASCAR racing movie or they're doing all these high speed chases. They're in an ambulance. And most of the time it's like speed. They're going 50 miles an hour. Right.
Yeah. But like my favorite would just be like, oh, here's a normal scene. And then it's like drone going straight up a skyscraper, barrel roll going straight back down the skyscraper. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah. So there was There was actually a lot of scenes. My biggest gripe with I guess the choreography of the driving, whatever the sequences, was that a lot of times when these cop cars were crashing, it was like, why are you going that direction, bro? Like it was just so intentional.
Yeah, they were.
Right? It was like
they were getting outmaneuvered. Like these Dodge Chargers were getting blown past,
right,
and outmaneuvered.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon in an ambulance couldn't do that
by an essential land tank. I guess all tanks are land, but
yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good point, Jared.
Yeah,
as opposed to the sea tank.
Yeah, or a submarine.
I'll tell you what, if the acting wasn't as good as it was, though, this movie would have been a train wreck.
I was about to say the three.
They were great.
Yeah, they
were great. Yeah,
100%.
So the big three for this film: Jake Gyllenhaal obviously played Danny Sharp. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, you might know him from the Candyman film.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a few other things. He's a big name, great actor. He was Will Sharp, and then the third, the actress Eliza Gonzalez, who I don't believe I'd ever seen prior.
She was in.
She was in Baby Driver. She was in
Baby Driver. I think she was. Was she in
King Kong? Maybe.
Was she in No Time to Die?
Fast and Furious. Oh, she was in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, I remember her in that.
Okay, nice. Yeah, she was Madam M in Hobbs and Shaw. I don't see her in that, but I could be wrong. Let's see. What movie did you say?
No Time to Die, the James Bond movie.
No, she was not in No Time to Die.
I thought she was the one in Cuba.
She was in Godzilla vs. Kong, though. Rocky Horror Show. The Theater. Let's see. Baby Driver. Yeah.
I do remember in Baby Driver. Oh, no. I am thinking of a different girl.
But she was great. And I didn't have a lot of exposure to her. I didn't know what to expect. Extremely attractive. I think she's got a place in Hollywood for a while. She's got chops, and the three of them together were awesome. Jake Gyllenhaal's comic relief in this film, comedic relief, phenomenal. He is such a talent.
Yeah, I think I just really enjoyed his character because he was never phased. No. He was always the cool, calm, collected. No matter like they're getting shot at by helicopters, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, don't sweat it. We'll get out of it."
Yeah. Have I ever gotten you in a situation I couldn't get you out of?
Yeah.
This might be one of them.
I mean, it's
it's not looking good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the acting definitely carried the film. It made it way more enjoyable. Not saying that it was enjoyable, but it made it tolerable.
I think I'll say the movie was fun. Like there were some scenes that I laughed at. Like I definitely sat through it better than the 355 or Space Jam 2 or Malignant or any of that. It was better than I thought it would be. Like I walked out of the theater in way better mood than I was expecting to.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. So based on the trailer, I wasn't expecting Jake Gyllenhaal's character to be as kind of like off his rocker as he was. He was very like unstable, like mentally.
Yes.
You could tell that his character had done this multiple times. He wasn't phased. But the humor that he gave was pretty great. So
agreed.
Big shouts out to Jake Gyllenhaal for making that movie a lot better. He is a supremely talented actor.
That's true. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Because if you replace like any of those three, the movie's bad.
I agree.
I don't even know who I would like if you said recast this movie. I don't know who I would put in that and say the movie's enjoyable or watchable. I'll say watchable. I won't say enjoyable.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I think I think you're right. I don't know, especially for Yaya and Jake. I think Eliza's character, Cam Thompson, the medic in the back, she's probably more replaceable.
That's fair.
But for Yahya Abdul Mateen and Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't know that you put anybody there and they do as good a job.
They also had like very good chemistry with each other.
The three of them.
Yeah. They all played off each other's strengths very well. So I was very surprised. So
yeah,
especially because none of them had done a movie together before, to my knowledge, at least.
Right, and that's just a credit, a testament to them and their ability. They were solid. So if you watch the film, you're probably gonna get what you expect.
Yeah.
Kind of a mediocre plot, a weak plot. If I'm being honest, probably has a few holes in it. If you really wanted to dig down there and take a look.
Yeah,
but don't that rabbit holes.
Well, I mean, there was an entire scene where like the chief of police or the squad task force calls off the chase for a little bit because some cop car has his dog in it.
Yeah, it's way too dangerous. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? This guy because they robbed a bank, like 38 people just died.
Yeah, and a cop got shot.
Yeah,
who's in the ambulance that they're currently driving?
Yeah,
losing a lot of blood.
Yeah, not looking great.
Yeah, but let's make sure your dog gets home safely.
Yeah, there's been enough bloodshed today, boys. Get my pup out of there. We'll address this here shortly, but right now, my dog needs to go eat. So it's nap time.
That's actually what happened. I wish we were being facetious, but that
was the real thing. Stop chasing the ambulance with the bank robbers and murderers in it. No. Let's get my dog home safe.
Yeah, we're essentially at like the wanted 5 stars on Grand Theft Auto, and then all of a sudden it's just like, no, hold on. you go get Sparky home.
Oh, yikes. So yeah, that was Ambulance in a nutshell. Definitely some funny moments. Give it a watch. Tell us what you think. And there are ways to tell us exactly what you think. Jared, would you like to go through our socials?
We sure will.
We have them.
Silence Your Cell Phones podcast on Facebook.
That's one.
Silence Your Cell Phones on Instagram. Silence Phones on Twitter, or you can just look up Silence Your Cell Phones. Will pop up.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon if you want to join there, and we will eventually get a video out.
Yeah.
I swear.
We got one on there recently.
That's true.
Probably in the next week or so. If I had to guess, week or so, we'll probably have one out.
Yes. And then we will have Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. We have an email.
If we do.
Silence Your Cell Phone.
Yeah. Somebody messed up.
Hey. I like to think that the name was already taken. So I just.
That's what it was. Is that what we're going with? Yeah.
Sure.
Lie to our audience. That's great.
I don't know if it's a lie. I can't remember.
Every strong foundation is built on a bed of lies.
That's true. And then, you guys can always just reach out to us. If you know us, or even if you don't, send us a message.
Yeah. We're approachable, I think.
I mean,
it's going to be really hard to get to me in a crowd because I'll be surrounded by millions of adoring fans. But, you sit in line and you're patient. I'll talk to you. So
I'll just talk to you. I won't even. I'll make time for my fans.
There you go. Garrett makes time for his fans.
Yeah,
I have so many. It's hard.
Yeah, it must be hard being you.
Yeah. But that same day we watched Ambulance, I watched a movie that was also kind of meh.
Yeah.
I watched The Lost City, and you were right. You said I could have waited for it to hit home streaming services, but I was like, I'm there. I got time.
Yeah.
It's free because we've got the
AMC A-list, baby.
It's so clutch. I mean, truly.
Oh, dude, I had so many points that I literally just watched those. I had like $20 in concession vouchers. I was going to the movie for free.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, nope. Like, don't even have to pull up my debit card.
There you go.
Are you an AMC rewards member? You bet your ass I am.
Glad you asked.
Just scan my phone.
You want my phone number? Here it is. Easy. Put it in your little system there. I got points. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, one girl was like, that's a lot of points. I said, I'm here a bunch.
I do this a lot.
Yeah. Sidetrack before we go into how mediocre that movie was. Did you see how many times that guy in Florida has seen Spider-Man No Way Home?
No.
Like 298. He spent $3,000 in tickets.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
He's how much?
Like $3,000.
$3,000 in tickets?
Yeah, he saw that movie like 300 times in theaters.
Oh, yikes. Oh, my. That is just awful. Why would you do that?
It's a good movie.
Great movie. Yeah. Nah, fam. That's crazy.
Like, there has to be like some background story. I don't think anyone wakes up and is like, I'm going to watch this movie 300 times. There has to be some motivation.
I see all these like, let's go watch all the Harry Potter movies. Let's go binge watch the Fast and Furious series, whatever. And I'm like, no, that sounds terrible.
No, I would do that I'll watch series from the comfort of my own home.
Yeah, but would you do it every day? Like, would you be like, it's Monday, I'm going to watch all of Harry Potter. It's Tuesday, I'm going to watch all of Harry Potter.
No, I don't have the time for that. Like, I'll set.
Well, even if you did, you wouldn't.
That's true.
Like, that guy's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's all there is to it. But I saw that and I was like, dude, this guy's.
I feel like that's a Florida man.
It is.
Like
headline. Even moviegoers in Florida are insane.
Like, Florida man gets eaten by 4-foot alligator. Florida man binge watches Spider-Man No Way Home 300 times. Like,
yeah, I'm going to have to sit down and like see how many times a day that is.
Yeah, because logistically, it seems like at least
it's got to be at least 3 or 4.
Well, it hasn't even been out for a year.
Oh, no, it hasn't even been out for.
So, like, it came out in December.
Yeah, so January, March, April. So 4 months.
4 months. Let's just say 4.5.
Yeah.
Right? 30, 3 times 4, 120. Yeah. 135, 135 days.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this one a day is 135. So, minimum like 2 a day. Right? And it's a 3-hour movie. That's 6 hours. Logistically, this man has no job.
Yeah, it has to be.
Like, he's a day trader. I don't know what he does, but he doesn't go into work.
Yeah, he has to work remotely, or maybe he's just like spending his entire weekend watching like catching up on those 8 showtimes he missed. So he has to watch them 20 times, 10 on Saturday, 10 on Sunday. I don't even know if there's enough showings available at a single theater that you can watch it.
10 on Saturday is 30 hours, dog. That's not a thing.
That can't actually happen.
Yeah. So I don't know how this cat is watching this movie 300 times and 135 days.
So
roughly.
So say you work 9 to 5.
Okay.
You watch it every night. Get off work, go to a movie. So
5 days a week. That's 5.
So that's 5 times.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And he has to watch it what? What did we say?
14 times.
14 times. Okay, so and then you do
9.
So 5.
5
so
and 4.
You gotta watch like 5 and 4. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out on that because I'm good.
Yeah.
I watched it twice, right, in theaters. I'm kosher.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
It was a good movie. It was a great movie.
Great film. But I'll watch it again. I'll probably watch it once a year. Yeah. And it'll always be great. But at about 300, I'd probably be like, it's all right.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to think of like, at what point do you just not sign up for AMC A-List to at least get 3 of those free?
Yeah, man.
Because $3,000, bro. Not counting it. That's just tickets.
Maybe he's the boss at his work. Maybe he just runs stuff. And so
I mean, the good news is if you get the large popcorn, large drink the first showtime, it's free refills for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
There's no loophole on how many times you can see a movie and get your refills. So
I would tell him though, that's his prerogative. Who am I to judge? Yeah. Live your best life, my man.
That's true. Sorry, that was a tangent, but
well, it's that's a good what's happening in cinema. That happened a lot. So I watched The Lost City, and again, it was very meh. Okay. I will say this though. I think Daniel Radcliffe is a very strong actor.
Yeah, he's good.
I think he's a talented actor, and I feel bad because you look at Daniel Radcliffe and Harry Potter.
Yeah,
that's all you see when you see his face. You're like, oh, there's Harry. He's a wizard. You're a wizard, and he's not. He's a talented actor.
Yeah,
he's not a wizard. So it's really good to see him like playing in other roles. I know he did the thing with the Black Witch or whatever,
the Lady in Black.
Widow, Lady in Black. It was a horror film. I did watch it. Surprisingly, you like that? I watched it. Horror film. This was pre-podcast.
Pre-podcast.
I thought he was good in that. I think he's very talented. He did some theatrical stuff, I think, for a year or two. So it was nice to see him. Sandra Bullock, obviously, Channing Tatum, Brad Pitt. Cast was pretty good. Channing Tatum, I think, made the movie.
He's so funny.
This role, this character, that's the character he should be playing.
Yeah,
in the majority of his movies, this is like the guy.
Yeah, it was very much 21 Jump Street.
Yeah,
same thing.
I feel like he took this role, had a lot of fun with it, and that's why I can't see anybody else playing this role as well as he did.
Yeah,
because he did such a good job. But the movie as a whole, very meh. Like the plot was very meh.
I still think it was a better Uncharted movie than Uncharted.
You're right.
Yeah,
but the cast wasn't as good, right? The cast was great, right?
Right.
But like Mark Wahlberg, like Tom Holland, like those guys, they're like the who's who of Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
So it's tough to look at the two side by side and go, well, this movie was better. This movie has a better cast, like better acting, whatever. But I think as far as Uncharted movies go, you're probably right. Like
I just think there was like more.
Alone.
I think there's just more like Indiana Jones stuff, which is what Uncharted is.
Right.
Like these grand adventures to find lost cities in El Dorado and Shangri-La. Like that is what Uncharted is. And I just felt like there was more like actual archaeological. Like we have to decipher and he wasn't talking about a waterfall. He was talking about a sinkhole. And like there was way more of that in the Lost City than.
Well, if we're being 100% honest, in the last year, the best Uncharted movie we've seen, Jungle Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Easily.
And that movie was fantastic.
Yes.
So for what it's worth, like, this is probably the best Uncharted movie we've seen, like this, like literal year
Oh yeah.
2022. But in the last 12 months, Jungle Cruise smokes both of those movies, probably combined.
Oh yeah. The only reason I even make the joke is because we just saw Uncharted like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, the Uncharted movie was like, I feel like there should have been a little more Antonio Banderas in the film. It probably would have made it a little bit better because I think he's a strong actor with,
Yeah, I mean he's got a pretty good background.
Yeah, some would say if you're into like good films.
Yeah, if you're into, I would be hard pressed. I mean, I might say he's the best Hispanic actor.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it.
At least of our generation. Like,
sure. Yeah, I don't see it. There is a guy that I really like though. I don't know his name. Is his name Machete?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Danny Chavez.
He's in so much stuff.
He does
like a side character, and I love him, like in everything.
I know he's super enjoyable.
Yeah. Anyways, I digress. We got off on
and we do that. It's late. It's going to happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, the film, it was fun. Just very meh. I did have higher expectations for it. Just knowing what I saw in the trailer was I was going to get some Brad Pitt. I was going to get some Channing Tatum, some Sandra Bullock, some Daniel Radcliffe. I got those things, just not as like strongly as I wanted them.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe really wasn't in the movie a ton.
No, well, neither was Brad Pitt.
That's true, but like I expected Brad Pitt to not be in the movie long.
Right.
Because I didn't see him being like a major protagonist.
Sure.
Well, I mean, Daniel Radcliffe was the antagonist, and he didn't see a ton of screen time.
Yeah, so I think my favorite actor in the film, honestly, Oscar Nunez. And I don't know if you recognized him.
Yeah, Oscar from The Office.
From The Office, yeah. I love him. He's great.
He is so funny.
And he was like the love interest. Well, I say love interest. He was obviously interested in a relationship with her publicist.
Yeah.
Who was I don't know who she is. Davine Joy Randolph is her name.
I felt like I'd maybe like she had a recognizable face, but not enough for me to say like, oh, I know where she's from.
Yeah, and she was kind of funny. I kind of enjoyed her role in there. I think she did fine.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was just kind of a weak plot. Not very long film. They didn't explain a lot. I feel like they could have talked a little bit more about Sandra Bullock's husband who had passed. Kind of gone over his like what he studied exactly, and but it's just very meh. So if you get a chance to watch it. Again, let us know what you think. I'm interested, but what I'm really interested in, Jarrett, is a film that you watched that I thought might be a little out there for me personally, but I'm interested in seeing it. Talk about the Everywhere All at Once.
Okay, so Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, all of that.
So honest to God, it's probably and it'll probably stay in like my top 3 movies of this year. And it's probably one of the best movies I've watched in the past like 12 months total.
That's saying a lot,
dude. Yeah. And it's I say that in like a very differently than how I talk about Spider-Man No Way Home, because that's like a blockbuster movie. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once is it is a different kind of movie. It is very out there. The premise is very weird. There are some very weird scenes that hit different. But I thought the acting was phenomenal. I thought the cinematography was phenomenal. I thought the storyline was phenomenal, and how it's probably the best portrayal of a multiverse that I've seen on film. On how like they actually explain it, not just like, oh, there's magic and there's a multiverse like the MCU introduced. Like this was a very this is how our universes are connected, and then this is how we can get from one to another. And every time there was a confusing part of the film, they would explain it within the next like 20 to 30 minutes. So you'd be like sit there saying like, what? I'm kind of lost. And then they would like show you the cookie trail.
How they got there.
Yeah, how they got from point A to point B. And so you're like, oh yeah, like these big epiphany moments. You're like, oh, that's how so-and-so works and why so-and-so is doing this and that. It was really, really fun. There was funny, there was drama.
What was the sorry to interrupt, was the score memorable?
Not like particularly, like I enjoyed it, but I'm not sitting there like saying like it was anything.
Yeah, because I realized after watching Dune that it's not a question that I ask a bunch.
Yeah.
But I knew Dune had a great score after I left the film. So it became something I started looking at. Like that film, the gentleman, the
Kingsman?
The Kingsman, like 1921 or whatever that film was.
Yeah, no, just the Kingsman.
Oh, the Kingsman.
Yeah.
So I knew that film also had a good score.
Yeah.
And so like I started being more mindful of it. Is that something that you look at now? And I wanted to know, obviously, if this one was any good.
So honestly, there was so much happening in the film that I wasn't paying very much attention to the score.
Sure.
Like in all honesty, like I was trying to make sure I was attentive to the plot. So I think this movie like is one that you watch 3 or 4 times, and every different viewing you get something else out of it that you didn't notice before. So it would probably be something I would pay more attention to the second go around, but the score was definitely not the strong suit of, sure. Not saying it was bad. It was just, there was so much going on, and like, you're trying to figure out what reality she's in, and which characters are talking to who at the time.
Yeah. I realized that might have been kind of irrelevant, but like for me, I know that this film, from what it looks like, is kind of like an Oscar-esque film.
I could see a couple of the actors getting nominations, maybe not for, I could actually see the main girl probably getting a nod for Best Actress, and her husband getting Best Supporting Actress, or her daughter getting Best Supporting Actress. But it's an A24 film.
I was just about to ask you that.
And I know we've talked about them before. They have their own identity when it comes to films. They are very much left field, off the beaten path. I've seen 2 of them this year already, with Everything All at Once, and then they did a horror movie called X, which was also A24, which I also really enjoyed. So I don't know if it's just I'm getting more used to their films when I go in, and so I'm enjoying them more, or if these have just been more my cup of tea than what they usually do. But they also did The Green Knight last year, and I was a fan of that.
Yeah.
So I would say watch it. Like this is very much you are a movie lover. This is a film you would enjoy if you're a casual moviegoer. You might say like, dude, this guy's off his rocker. But the fight scenes were all really good. Like it's just.
Sorry, you brought up The Green Knight.
Yeah.
And I didn't actually get a chance to say that I told you so.
Yeah, I mean, I was wrong.
Because I didn't get a single nomination at the Oscars.
Yeah, well.
I'm petty. Tom Petty.
That's fine.
No, I'm kidding. So the A24 thing. So from what how I thought you explained it to me was that it seems like they give their directors more creative control.
Yeah, I think you are getting very much a director's movie when you see A24. You're like, this is this guy's vision of how he sees this story, and they're like, go with it.
Right. Take it or leave it. Viewer, whatever.
Yeah, they're all very they're all very pretty. Like I've almost like gotten to the point where even if I don't know it's an A24 film and I see a trailer or I'm watching a movie, like part of my brain knows like, oh, the way they're shooting the scenery, it's got A24 written all over it.
Right.
Like they're very consistent. You see a bunch of the same actors and actresses in these movies. So all the films are consistent for what they want to do, and they all score super high with critics. Audience scores usually aren't the same as the critic score, so you will see a deviation in that if you're looking at Rotten Tomato scores straight up. But as far as the tomato meter, they all score 95, 96, 95, 96 all the time.
Yeah, and if you're a casual viewer, there's a strong chance you might not like the film.
Yeah,
because you're not looking at the same things as like as a movie critic would be looking at. Less entertainment value, more like substance.
yeah.
And so I think that probably has a lot to do with why the critic score is a lot higher than the tomato meter or the popcorn score, whatever you're looking at. But it's all subjective. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's been. Let me run through in my head real quick. Definitely the best movie I've seen this year so far. So
for a week.
Yeah, I mean, the unbearable weight of massive talent is.
Yeah.
And we got that and The Northman this week.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Dude,
it's a great week for movies.
It's just so much.
That's actually a great segue into massive weight of unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yeah.
It is the movie that I've been probably the most excited about for a while. With the exception of Doctor Strange, obviously coming out.
Like MCU is its own world. Like there are movies and there's movies in MCU.
Yeah.
So can't compare.
We first watched this trailer. I want to say we watched it together in a theater.
Yeah.
And it kind of got me excited because Nicolas Cage has kind of been at least in our circle.
He's a meme.
A bit of a meme, right?
He's like the Nickelback of actors.
Yeah. So it was exciting to see him in a role where I think he could be highly successful. And do you know what it reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me of seeing the Will Smith trailer for King Richard.
That's fair.
It got me excited to see Will Smith in a role I think he can succeed in. And for Nicolas Cage, this is like the exact same thing.
I mean, what a better role than playing yourself.
Sure.
Who else knows it better than you?
Yeah, you got like one random fan in Brazil or wherever you're going, and you need money because you like, dude, this is it. This is you got this.
Yeah, this is his rebirth moment.
Yeah, now throwing a little MPH, dude.
Oh, dude, MPH is great, dude. Pedro Pascal is who I'm excited for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's so good.
Okay, what else is he in? Because I feel like I've seen him before, but
he's the Mandalorian.
Nice.
He was in Game of Thrones. He was the Viper, the one that the mountain crushed.
Oh, sick. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was him. He's just a cool dude.
The mountain crushed a lot of people.
Yeah, but this one was like the most noticeable.
Like
or notable.
Yeah. But I am pumped to watch this film. I've been pumped for a while. I think Nicolas Cage is going to get nominated. I haven't seen the film yet, but I think this could be one of those like kind of puts him in the upper echelon because he gets cracked on a lot. He did a lot of roles that he's probably not proud of. I didn't watch Pig, but I don't think a lot of people watched Pig.
I think Pig was like a good movie though.
I think it was a good
weird concept. Definitely it's a great.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think that was an award grab. But I think this one, the publicity that it's gotten, Nicolas Cage playing himself, plot looks sweet.
It just looks funny already.
Yeah, I'm pumped to watch it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But I think that'll probably be, after we watch it, the best movie we've seen so far this year.
Yep.
But we'll see.
We're seeing it tomorrow, yeah?
It's tomorrow, Friday.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we are.
Do.
Love that. Love that for us. And another film we're looking forward to, The Northman.
Oh my God, dude.
Yes, please. That film looks sweet. The way it's shot, oh, bro. Like the trailer, it was so good.
I think, and this is honestly because I thought it was A24 for the longest on how it was shot.
It looks like an A24 film.
Yeah, if you want to take like a soft dive into what you might get from an A24 film, watch The Northman, because there will be some very big similarities between the way it's shot and directed and what you're going to see in like The Green Knight and things like that. So, but Alexander Skarsgård, William Dafoe, Anna Taylor-Joy, is it her last name? Thomas?
Anya Taylor-Joy, yeah.
Joy.
Ethan Hawke, Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Not only will we see her before the movie, we'll see her in the movie.
Nicole, yo, she's been getting some love. Got an Oscar. Or did she get nominated? She get the Oscar.
She got. Wait,
I think she just got the nod.
She got the nominated. Who got?
It was the was it Best Supporting Actress or was it?
No, she got nominated for Best Actress for being the Ricardos.
Was it Chastain?
It was Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
But she got a Golden Globe, so. We'll just see. There'll be a ton of Nicole Kidman. You know, heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
Yeah. I've seen so many like Halloween costumes of her. Like it's great. It really is.
In the theater.
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I'm already in. Like, give me all of that.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke's just like also had a weird resurgence. You know, he's the bad guy in Moon Knight. Now he was
in the Spider-Man as he was the Green Goblin again.
No, that was William Dafoe.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about Ethan Hawke.
Oh, you're talking about the Moon Knight bad guy?
Yeah, he's the dad in The Northman.
Sick.
Alexander Skarsgård also looks like he got yoked for like there's that one part of the trailer where he's like gorilla walking, and I was like, oh my God, dude.
I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm in. You got me. I'm watching it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was like the sickest part of the trailer. Like if I get a movie like that,
there's a ton of sick stuff. Like he catches that guy's spear and then yeets it back at him.
Yeah, and you're like this because it was very like Troy.
Yeah.
You know, it was very Achilles-esque.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome, dude.
It is gonna be. It's actually crazy because like there's a very real world where both of these movies get nominated for something.
Sure.
I would put them both on my way too early Oscar list. And I haven't even seen them yet. So
yeah, we'll discuss it.
Have we already gotten? I want to say reviews for Massive Weight. Yeah, it's got a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes and 100 on the audience score.
Yeah, it had 100 because they were talking about how it's got 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, and so and these are critics, right? They get early access.
Okay, well, technically it's Thursday night, so we are seeing some audience scores come through. It says there's fewer than 50 reviews, so that number will probably drop. As of right now, The Northman has an 89 from the critics. No audience rating yet.
89 is still really, really good.
Oh, it's great
for critic score.
It's great.
Yeah.
And like I said, these will all kind of we'll talk like we'll see on Monday where like once the weekend films are in, how it does. Both of them.
Does the box office close Monday?
Or
like Sunday
it's
night?
like Sunday at midnight, I think, is when the numbers get taken. I guess it'd be midnight Pacific time. Since they'll get to see more than us. But yeah, looks like if you actually go to Rotten Tomatoes, Massive Unbearable Weight has an 88 from the critics and The Northman has an 89. So,
couple of bangers.
yeah, two great movies to go out and see this weekend.
Yes, please. Give me all of that. So,
yeah.
But we did say Ethan Hawke, and I do want to talk about one more thing.
The Moon Knight. Yeah.
Let me tell you, I saw that you and Frank discussed it last week.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and he's a big Moon Knight fan, right?
He actually like is a comic book fan of Moon Knight, which I am not. So like him saying he enjoyed it makes me feel
and you
good.
could tell he was very knowledgeable, right? Yeah. So and that's awesome. I wasn't expecting to enjoy the show as much as I am, and I think that is 100% attributed to Oscar Isaac.
Oh, he's great.
That guy.
Well, he has to be. He's playing 3 characters.
He needs an award. I don't like. Look, I like the Ted Lasso's. Obviously, I'm in love with the show, but like he needs to win something for this.
Yeah,
because this is next level. You're talking about a guy that's playing 3 roles, and a lot of times the scenes that you're seeing where he's 2 people, well, there's not. There's one guy acting, and then they reshoot the scene, and he's another guy, and he's probably talking to a stick or a double or whatever, and he's just so talented.
Yeah, and he's doing it in like some weird British accent one way, no accent the next, and it's just
well, no accent, but it's an American accent because
I guess
to British people we have an American accent, but anyway, sorry to us, no accent, but but that's beside the point. The guy is nuts, okay? Like his reactions are all like just one of the strongest performances in a TV show that I've ever seen. And single-handedly, and there are other reasons to love the show. He's single-handedly the reason why I love the show.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not a ton of characters in the show. Like, there's a lot of people talking, but it's really just Ethan Hawke, Oscar Isaacs, and his wife.
Yeah.
Those are the
Yondu or whatever.
Khonshu.
Yondu. Is that the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy?
It is.
The whistle guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Khonshu, sorry.
Yeah. So there's really not a ton of people, but you feel like there is because there's a lot of dialogue, even though it's just Oscar Isaacs talking to a different Oscar Isaacs.
Yeah. And I touched on it a little bit when we talked about Venom, right? Like, how difficult that must really be. And you see him do it. I mean, it's almost seamless, right? So I have the utmost respect for actors that can effectively do that. Because I think there are times where you can see, lesser actors kind of struggle with it. Like I saw it in Sonic a little bit, and no shot against the actors and actresses, but like Sonic was sitting in the bed and they were kind of like looking at Sonic, but you knew that they weren't looking at Sonic; they were looking at something else, right?
Right.
And you pick up on things like that when a character's CGI'd in.
Yeah.
In this case, Oscar Isaac is just
he's just there all the time.
Seamless. Yeah, it's nothing to him. So, that's probably my biggest takeaway, along with just liking the Moon Knight character.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
And this is a spoiler warning for people who haven't watched the newest episode.
Yeah, earmuffs. So
pause, skip, whatever. What do you think happened at the end of episode 4?
All right, dude. All right. This is wild. Okay. I'm going to tell you, though.
Okay.
Here's exactly what I think 100% accurately. He got shot. They're in the tomb, whatever.
Yeah.
I believe that the avatar for the musical goddess, whatever.
Is that the hippo?
I think it's the hippo. And I think she's kept tabs to see if Khonshu was telling the truth. And now that she sees that for herself, she has entered Mark's psyche, and something's going to happen there. But I think that is her, and she is there to help him out. I think she's going to free Khonshu. He's going to, heal himself or whatever, come back from the dead, and start whooping up on Amit.
Okay. I think that was like the inside of his mind.
Yeah, like his psyche. I think she is there.
Yeah, it says she is the goddess of mothers and children.
Goddess of mothers and children.
Yeah.
He's made a couple references to his mom.
Yeah, there's already a bunch of articles about her meaning. I'm not going to read them, but I think he might actually be like dead. And this is like him, like his afterlife type thing, talking to, because there was another,
could be,
he found Mark in one of the sarcophaguses.
That's why I think he's in his own head.
Yeah, and then there was a third one that they didn't open, and I think that's the third persona we're supposed to get at some point.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a very chill guy.
No, I think he's the one doing all the killing.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah,
and he did a lot of killing.
But also we are 2 episodes left into it.
Well, there's only 2 episodes left.
Yeah, it's a 6-episode season.
Oh, damn.
Or 6 episode miniseries, whatever you want to call it. But the way the timeline adds up is that episode 6, the finale, is the same week as Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I was thinking that today because I was watching and I was like, how crazy would it be if we saw Oscar Isaac in Doctor Strange? But I don't know.
We very well could.
I don't know how plausible that is. I think it would be sweet. Just a little cameo. Like, don't get me, I don't need a lot.
I think we're going to try it. Just a heads up, put it on your calendar.
Okay.
I think we're going to try to do Doctor Strange the Thursday it opens.
Wow.
Because Andrew's going out of town that weekend, and I think it'll help us dodge the annoying high school crowd that usually goes to movies.
Okay.
You can miss a Shelby League round.
No, it's not that. That's not the thing that I'm worried about is the kid thing.
I think that's why we go on Thursdays.
Well, I mean, I can make it the league. League's over at like 8. Let's just go to 8 or 8:30, whatever.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they have that many show times on a Thursday.
Doctor Strange, they better. We'll have to go get physical.
Yeah, so I think because it's still a school night, we should stop the high schoolers. And
then we just watch it, hope for the best, no kids.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I'm down.
Good. And then like worst case scenario, I'll just go again on a Monday or something.
That works.
Yeah, because that movie's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be amazing.
Actually nuts.
But I do believe that I'm done talking for the day. I think we've covered just about everything we could cover. Again, I do want to say thank you, Frank. You were awesome. I loved your episode. It was really good. And it was like 2 hours. So
yeah, dude, that was one
tons of content.
That like we were just like chilling, vibing, and I looked down and I was like, holy shit, it's late.
Yeah.
And I was like,
well, I popped it up on my YouTube and I was like, hour 55. Like, what the hell were these guys talking about for an hour and 55 minutes?
Everything, man.
Apparently.
Just hanging out with the boys, dude.
Just hanging with my buddy Frank. My little buddy.
Man.
I loved it.
I had to get Frank all the screen time I could. It's good for the brand.
And Frank's a little cutie, man. Like, he knows.
Yeah,
he knows.
He knows. He gets it.
So big shouts out, man. And then We talked about what we've got coming up. Did you have anything you wanted to add, or you want to sign us off, or what?
I don't actually. There shouldn't be another movie coming out. Let me verify just
I hope not, for the
for my
movie's
due
sake.
diligence.
You know, like,
Yeah,
can you
I mean-
imagine having to release the same week as these two films?
Yeah, and like the cool thing about it, there is actually another movie that comes out. Yikes. The Bad Guys. It's a new animated.
to see
I know, dude. I know. So I might
That
actually
was really good.
I'm sorry, Secrets of Dumbledore. You might just get kicked back another week.
Yikes, dude. Hold on. Wait.
Yes, sorry.
Because I want to see that voice cast. The Bad Guys. Yeah, because that movie looks really good. And
dude, so here's the scores for it. 84 on Rotten Tomatoes, 94 audience score. Like,
yes, dude.
yikes, dude.
And that is not Disney, correct?
It is
That
not.
is-
It is not Disney.
Yeah, so it's the first animated, like, non-Disney film that I was just like, dude, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aquafina, Craig Robinson.
I like Craig. Richard Ayoade. He's he's in a lot of comedies, but The Watch with Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
He was the alien in that film. He's British, I believe. Great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell
I
looks
don't know.
familiar, but I don't.
What else have you done, Sam Rockwell?
I feel like I've seen him before, but I don't know what. He's known. He's won an Oscar.
Has he for what?
No, just his role in Vice. That was a nomination. Apologies.
I mean, he's done some movies I've heard of, but he was in The Dark Knight.
Seems like he does a lot of he does some voice acting,
Yeah.
which is always dope.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a animated movie, but yeah, good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, but the trailer looks sweet.
Yeah, it does look funny.
Right. It's like the bad guys of, like, whatever fairy tale stories that you have coming together trying to become good guys.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun, cool family film.
Yeah.
But it did look like they could have a more adult themed humor, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be like some innuendos and jokes that are targeted for the parents, which every kids movie has, or every animated movie.
If it's
has.
done right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very fair.
We're not watching Baby Shark in there,
No. So yeah, 3 banger movies. Holy crap.
And I knew it.
And it's crazy because they all target a different audience. So like the families are going to go see the bad guys.
Mhm.
You're going to get like anyone can go see Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and then you're going to get like the dude bros going to the Northmen. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
It is.
What a good week, dude. Oh, man, we've got to watch it. Oh.
I love anytime I get to use all 3 tickets of my AMC A-list.
Yeah,
free
it's a
pass.
strong week. And the thing was I was going to use 2 tickets for the same film.
Yeah.
For Unbearable Talent or Massive Talent.
Yeah. Well, so the game plan should be
lay it out.
We got Unbearable tomorrow.
Okay.
We catch one on Saturday after your disc golf tournament.
Okay.
And then I got D&D Sunday night.
So Monday night we catch the third film?
Yeah. But our tickets reset on Monday. So if you still wanted to catch another Unbearable, you got more tickets.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I love all of what you just said.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's do it.
I'm game.
All right. Well, there you have it. All the films coming out this week. all bangers. Like they
Yeah.
look. Just go watch one of them if you
Yeah,
can.
close your eyes and pick, and
Throw a
you'll be
dart.
fine. You will be fine.
So, well, I think that's officially.
Yeah, I think that's actually it. So thank you guys all for joining. We will see you guys next week. And until then.